Then over that, I'm coming in with the Hada Labo UV White Gel. This double dead coffee from Raven's Brew has not been disappointing. I went ahead and fired up the Village Candle Christmas tree, giving a nice Christmas tree scent. Painted my nails with this nail polish from this brand, Kbeauty, I think is how it's pronounced. This was gifted to me. It's a vegan nail polish company, but I like this color. It kind of just is very subtle and it actually matches my phone case, but I love the toppers. They also sent me this red color and a clear top coat. So far, so good. What's this shade? Blush with Emotion. So far, so good. I've been happy with it. All right, you guys, we are back at it. Kbeauty Advent Calendars, Style Vana. Finally, an easy to open drawer. Ooh, this looks like a lip gloss. My lip gloss is popping. The Real Barrier Extreme Lip Repair. Comes out thick and glossy. Ooh, this is nice. There is some kind of flavorant in it though. It kind of reminds me of the consistency of the Tatcha Kiss You Lip Balm. Day 9 of Yes Style. What is it? What is it? Oh, it's another one of these sweet little Fruitia pots. Avocado Relief. These little pots are so cute. Was it the Style Vana calendar that we got some of these the other day? Allantoin, shea butter, coconut oil, lichen extract. Let's take a look. These little jars are just so cute. This is like a cream. It has a nice kind of fresh, clean scent. I kind of cheated when I was opening day 7. I already saw a bit of what was in day 9, but anyway, here we go. It's something from Haru Haru. Haru Wonder Black Bamboo Mist, Ultra Deep Technology. It's a mist. It has fragrance, bergamot oil, lavender limonene, bamboo shoot extract. Here we go. All right, there we go. Can't say I'm gonna get much use out of that. Let's go to, here's day 10. These advent calendars though, they come with a lot of good stuff. Wish Trend, green tea and enzyme power wash. Ooh, is this a powder wash? Is this one of those powdered facial cleansers? I ended up actually kind of liking the one by Good Molecules. So I might actually look forward to trying this. The packaging though gets a point deduction for illegibility because it's really hard with this little ring light to read the words with white font on this green package. Here, let me take it out of the box. See, I don't like these powdered products that you reconstitute in water because I feel like it, you know, it can go awry pretty easily. Specifically like the powdered vitamin C serum. I feel like reconstituting that in an even way, it just seems super sus. And like, we're the consumers, the brand, the manufacturer, they're the ones that are supposed to be formulating the products, not us. So I feel like it's kind of a racket. Although when it comes to cleansers, I do kind of like the idea a bit. What does this have in it? It does have papaya fruit extract. That's the fruit enzyme. That can exfoliate, but it can also be irritating. It's not super precise, but it may help slough off the shedding corneocytes a bit. All right, I'm definitely going to use it. Oh, it has sodium ascorbyl phosphate. That's a form of vitamin C, in which there's one small study suggesting it to be beneficial for people who have oily, acne-prone skin. But like, don't hang your hat on it. It's not going to cure your acne or anything. But it also has sodium hyaluronate. I'm honestly kind of intrigued to try this. I look forward to giving it a go. Okay, day 10 of Style Vana. What are we gonna get? This looks like a makeup product, quizás? Ink Velvet by Peri Para. Does not have fragrance. Creamy textured velvet tint that provides highly pigmented colors with ink lasting effect. Apply to lips using brush tip. Ew, check out the packaging here. Move over, Glossier. Kind of is what it reminds me of. All right. Just a little bit of dot dot blend in with your fingertip kind of action. Probably will use that. Day 10 was not bad. All right, let's go to day 11 of Yes Style. What do we have here? Ooh, something from Neogen. Ooh, it's me getting excited thinking it's a mascara. Extra Slim Metal Mascara. Doesn't that sound like mascara? Yeah, it's a mascara. A new concept slim metal mascara that creates doll-like lashes that last with the... This is one of the most exciting things I've ever... I'm really excited. I don't know why I'm so excited. I love trying out different mascaras, seeing how they perform. It's one of my favorite kind of cosmetics to play around with, is mascara. Ooh, you guys, check this out. Looks like something that you could, I don't know, put onion rings on and serve as an appetizer display. Isn't that something? I like that. Somebody's annoying you, you can pokey pokey. Hansel and Gretel, where the witch pokes them to see if they've fattened up enough so that she can eat them. Yeah. All right. The mascara got dark, no pun intended. All right, let's put that back in, but I'm pretty excited to try that. All right, here's the last door for the weekend. Break on through to the other side. Oh, this is one of my favorite products. Happy to have, wait, I jumped the gun there. Never heard of this brand before. Bonjour. I was thinking this was going to be the Isntree Mugwort Calming Clay Mask that I like, but it's a new brand to me. Bonjour. No animal experimentation. How to use, 15 to 20 minutes. Now, if y'all have been following me, you know I'm a fan of clay masks for those of you with oily, acne-prone skin, because doing one of these removes excess sebum from the surface of the skin that would otherwise sit there as you go throughout your day, break down, and contribute to acne breakouts and inflammation. Plus, that oil on the surface of your skin, it can get in the way of your makeup setting up properly. This product looks like a copycat kind of the Isntree one, but just a different brand. It's got mugwort in it, which has presumably antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds. Let's take her out. This looks like a copycat of the Isntree one. Is it just me? I do appreciate the open date thing here because it's good to keep track of stuff. All right, y'all, so far so good. Having fun as per usual with these calendars. As a side note, I do use the majority of things that come in these calendars, or at least try them out. And what I don't care to use, I do gift to friends and whatnot. So nothing goes to waste here. And I also reuse these cool boxes. And I love this one. Wouldn't this make a great, just like year-to-year DIY advent calendar? The book that I'm listening to, Why We Sleep, by Matthew Walker, he's talking about our circadian rhythms. Your skin has a bit of a circadian rhythm to it as well, and there are certain genes that are preferentially expressed alongside the sleep-wake cycle. Certain proteins get made, are expressed, that are called aquaporins, and that's part of why you end up losing more water from your skin as you sleep. And also you have increased circulation to the surface of the skin with sleep, so you end up losing more water as a result. And that is one of the reasons why a lot of topical medications you're instructed to apply them at night before bed, because the increased blood flow and the evaporative water losses, it enhances penetration of the medication. You also have increased release of neurochemical mediators of itch, and that, alongside the increase in water loss that happens at night, is a major reason why the sensation of itch is greater at night. Anyway, I'm here at the Croge. Check out these cute arrangements. They have a little candy cane, these sweet little roses. Painting the roses red. These are pretty. And look at these little sweet baby trees. 4-inch. These are cute. As per usual, Kroger has outdone themselves with their holiday display. They have a gingerbread train here. It's nice. And a sweet little snowman. Aren't these flowers pretty? That's cute. Snowman bowl, melamine. Also have these. Are those coasters or are they just like little snack trays? They're cute. Happy holidays. Mugs. They look like coasters. I moved my little light up tree to out here. I just love these. They're so festive. I know I keep saying festive, but it's the time of year where you can say festive. And my tree is looking bling bling. It's so weird the way the candy cane LED lights look on camera versus in real life. As I pass the camera over, it's bizarre. It looks, see on your end, it looks like the candy canes are going out, right? But they don't. They're all, they stay lit, but it looks like they're blinking. That's weird. How is that? See, it looks like I don't know how, that's tripping me out. I don't think I showed you guys this one. Isn't it cute? This is a Hallmark ornament from like the 80s or something. This little Diet Coke can with a little bear doing her workout and the cute little, these Hallmark ornaments, man, they're really clever. I always enjoy them. Got my little house there. I just love my tree. I love looking at it. It's very calming and peaceful. And here's my faux Santa Winter Wonderland. This is the Santa Claus and Rudolph. Santa Claus and Rudolph from the movie, which I adore. The old one with Burl Ives. Well, hey guys, I just hopped out of the shower. Coming in with the May Love Fade Away Serum. 2022 skincare favorite. In fact, this bottle is tapped, but I have a new one ready to go. The Green Goddess, arbutin, kojic acid. There's no azelaic acid in this, as a side note, which I have a video, should be up at this point, new, all about how azelaic acid is an underrated ingredient. And I really think that the prescription strength azelaic acid should be available over the counter so we all know what we're getting and be done with it. Like Finacea should be OTC. Azelaic acid, it's antibacterial, targets hyperpigmentation, helps fade it, but not normal skin. It won't address sunspots or freckles, however. But it will address hyperpigmentation that has occurred as a result of like irritation, or say you went overboard with a really irritating chemical peel or something and your skin healed with with hyperpigmentation. Azelaic acid can help that. What else was I gonna say? Oh, it's an acne treatment and it's a rosacea treatment. It can be drying. I don't want to overstate its ease and use, but in comparison to even a Dappling, it's a lot easier to tolerate. Is it the most effective reagent we have to treat these conditions? No, but it helps and it's user-friendly enough that it's unlikely to cause harm to people. It should be over the counter. Oh, all right, surprise, surprise, I'm dressed. If you've been here from the beginning, I've had this Santa shirt for several years now. It's a pajama shirt that I got at the Target, but don't tell anyone. I often wear it as just like a regular shirt out in public because it's, I don't know, it's subtle enough that you think you're wearing a t-shirt. That serum, I think most of the effect that I see with it, sure, the kojic acid, the arbutin, they probably are helping with the hyperpigmentation. I mean, they are good ingredients to use to help lighten post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation for sure. But I think a lot of the benefit that I see from this is just because it's so stinking hydrating. And I use it to a damp face, like you guys saw. I even take it up around my eyes a bit, to the under eye area. I have not had any issue with that. It's been so warm and humid here. It's unseasonably warm even for here. I'm coming in with that Moroccan oil, hydrating, styling, threw it in the sink, hydrating styling cream. Got some there. It's flu season right now. knock on wall, I have not gotten the flu. I have not gotten sick, you guys, in like over 10 years. I don't want to jinx myself, but so far so good. I'm telling you, it's the hand washing really helps. I mean, it's just, you can take all of the vitamin C you want, gonna pee it right out, but hand washing, that is really where the money is at, is hand hygiene. Don't go overboard with it. You know, some people, they have an unhealthy fixation with hand washing and they can end up with a really bad hand dermatitis, and it's a struggle for them for sure. It impacts their quality of life 100%. But for the rest of us who are, you know, sometimes forgetful, hand washing, you know, it's a delicate balance. You do want to be washing your hands a lot this time of year, especially to reduce the transmission of cold and flu viruses. I mean, that is one of the main ways in which we get sick. It's not from, you know, having insufficient vitamin C, because vitamin C, unless you've got scurvy, there's a good chance your vitamin C levels are just fine. I know a lot of people find that taking a vitamin C supplement seems to help and they're happy to continue taking it on, but do you need to? No. But if you're taking the vitamin C supplement and you're not like paying attention to washing your hands thoroughly, you're missing out on, it's like people who use vitamin C serums but don't protect their skin from the sun. Same thing. If you take a vitamin C supplement for cold and flu season, but you're not like thorough with your hand washing, then it all kind of goes out the window. Because one thing, people think they're good at washing their hands, but you want to make sure you get all surfaces of your fingers and in between the web spaces. Make sure you rinse sufficiently and then towel dry, and make sure you get in between the fingers completely dry. Yeah, wash your hands. Like, it sounds so duh, but it can really keep you from getting sick. You're inevitably going to end up touching your face, and it's that hand to, you know, nose, that's really where you can get stuff that you don't want. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna wrap this vlog up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for coming along. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.